back to my channel Tutelage. Here, this is Riparna Kundu. Hope all of you are doing great. In my last class, we have already discussed there are some basic concepts of economics, which was human wants and the consumption and the concept of utility and its features. But today we discuss a vast explanation on utility, and today's topic is cardinal and ordinal utility. So now I am starting my session. So learner, let's check what I will discuss for today's session. Move on to my next slide. So here this is the next slide, and we can see there are some subtopics for today's discussion. The first concept is the concept of utility, its type, because utility can be classified in two types. The first one is a cardinal utility and second one is a ordinal utility, and we discuss these two types of utility with an example. And the third and last concept is the difference between the cardinal and ordinal utility. So do not waste any time, let's get started and go to my next slide. So here this is the next slide, and just to recall the concept of utility and its features, because in my last session we have already discussed in broadly the concept of utility and the features of it. So what do you mean by a utility? So utility refers to the total satisfaction received from a consuming goods or services. So that means it has one satisfying power of a commodity, and it is the ability or capacity of a commodity to satisfy human wants, because human wants are unlimited. This now going to the some features of it. The utility is a subjective, it is not measurable, and utility is relative and abstract, and it is differing for usefulness because some products, some goods have harmful effects, but this is it has also a utility power. Okay, so I think it's clear to everyone. So if you don't have any idea what is utility and what are the basic features of utility and their discussion, so please go and check my previous session link, and which was which is given in my description box. So now I am starting my session. So don't waste any time, let's get started and going to my next slide. And here this is the next slide. Here this is the main slide for today's discussion. Utility can be expressed in two types. The first one is a cardinal utility approach and the second one is a ordinal utility. At first we have to explain the cardinal utility approach. So cardinal utility approach was propounded by Marshall, who was known economist among neoclassical economists, and this concept is included in the neoclassical economics. So the concept of utility always tries to maximize our pleasure and minimize our pain. So this concept is based on the marginal utility analysis, and economists hold the view that utility is measured quantitatively and cardinally. So it can be measurable like 1, 2, 3 and so on. So according to Bernoulli and other economists, utility is modeled as quantifiable or the cardinal property of economic goods that a person consumes. There are some features of cardinal utility approach. So the first approach is it can be measurable by the terms of money. Clear? The next one is the hypothesis of the independent utilities. That means the utility which a consumer derives from a good. So it doesn't depends upon the quantity consumed of a other product. So it depends upon the quantity consumed of the particular product only, not the other one. Clear? And the third assumption is the marginal utility of money. Marginal utility of money is constant. Okay, so money varies from person to person and money varies from place to place, and if money varies, so it cannot give a correct measurement of marginal utility of goods, because it is based on marginal utility analysis. But it is less realistic. Many difficulties are there in measuring utility numerically. Utility derived by consumer from good, which depends on number of factors. The first one is mood and the taste and preferences of individuals. Cardinal utility approach gives a value of utility to different options. So it is giving a different choices with a specific utility value. And now we discuss the cardinal utility approach with an example, and going to my next slide. So here it is an example of the cardinal utility. So we can see there are two products. The first one is the cold coffee and the second one is the ice cream. So the first situation is the preference of cold coffee is greater than the ice cream, because cold coffee gives me 60 utils of satisfaction compared to the ice cream, because which gives me 40 utils of satisfaction. So 60 is greater than 40, and that's why my first preference is cold coffee according to cardinal utility approach. And what do you mean by a utils? So utils refers to units of utility. And now coming to the second situation, that is the preference of ice cream is greater than the cold coffee. So that means cold coffee gives 60 utils of satisfaction of utility, whereas ice cream gives me 80 utils of satisfaction. So 80 is obviously greater than the 60 in value. So that's why my first preference in the second situation is the ice cream. So I think it is clear to everyone. So now I am going to my next slide and my next approach, that is the ordinal utility approach. So here this is the next slide. So ordinal utility approach states that the level of satisfaction a consumer obtains after consuming various commodities, and which cannot be measured in numbers like 1, 2, 3, but it can be arranged in order of preferences like first, second, third, and so on. So consumer only ranks choices in terms of preferences, but it don't give exact numerical value. Okay, so when deciding where to go for a visit or traveling, so we may just decide I prefer Italian restaurant to the Chinese restaurant, or the Bhopal to Nepal and the China to Japan. So do not calculate the exact level of satisfaction of utility from the particular commodity in the ordinal utility approach, but we have to calculate the exact levels of utility or satisfactions from the particular commodity in the cardinal utility approach. That is the basic differences between the cardinal approach and the ordinal one. Clear? And ordinal utility approach was propounded by the Hicks and Allen, and it is based on the indifference curve analysis. Clear? So now going to my next slide. So here this is the example of the ordinal utility approach. With the previous example, we can say in the first situations my first ranking is cold coffee, because I am getting more satisfaction from cold coffee compared to that of ice cream. And in the second situations I am getting less satisfaction, sorry, just a minute. Less satisfaction from a cold coffee as compared to that of an ice cream. So I don't conclude how much units of utility or satisfactions which is derived from a cold coffee or ice cream in the ordinal utility approach. Now I am going to my next slide. So here this is a pictorial explanation of cardinal and ordinal utility approach, and here there are two pictures. The first one is the pizza and the second one is the burger. So in the cardinal utility approach, pizza gives me more satisfactions because pizza get 40 utils of satisfactions when I am eating pizza in comparison to the burger, because burger gives me 40 utils of satisfaction. Clear? So that's why my first preference is pizza in the cardinal utility approach, because which gives me more satisfaction. And in the ordinal utility approach, my first preference is pizza because which gives me more satisfaction, not in value. Clear? 60, 40 or 80, not in value, which gives me more satisfactions or less satisfactions. So burger, my second preference is burger because which gives me less satisfaction than the pizza one. Clear? So now this is the basic differences between the cardinal and the ordinal utility approach, because cardinal utility approach can be measured in money, in a number, and ordinal utility approach cannot be measured in number. It is measured only by ranks or preferences or order of preferences, ranks of preferences or order of preferences. Now going to my next slide. So here there are some differences between the cardinal and the ordinal utility approach, and all things we have already discussed in my discussion. So now we can see according to concept, cardinal utility approach is an objective concept because it can be observable, and the ordinal one is a subjective because it cannot be observable or measurable, and utility can be measured. So cardinal utility can be measured and the ordinal utility cannot be measured. Cardinal utility can be expressed in terms of money. Ordinal utility can be expressed in terms of preferences or ranks. The fourth one is utility or cardinal utility can be presented as definite numbers like 1, 2, 3, and the ordinal utility can be presented in terms of preferences or odd ranks, that is the first, second, third, and so on. And non-monetary factors influencing the cardinal utility are not considered, and non-monetary factors influencing the ordinal utility are considered. So I think it's clear to everyone. If you have any question on it, please feel free to ask. I will come back again with a super duper exciting topic on economics, because in my next class we will explain the concept of total utility and the marginal utility, and a relationship between two, and the most important law of diminishing marginal returns. So I hope it will be more helpful to everyone again. So if you like my video, do comment, share, and do more subscribe. Come back very soon. Till then, stay tuned with me. Thank you.